Today is January 2nd, and 80 years ago today, in 1945, the crew of the Five Grand conducted a bombing mission at Nalbach, Germany. Now, in the notes of Sergeant McBride, he was in, and forgive me for mispronouncing this, Saarlautern, probably Saarlautern, Germany. Now, Saarlautern, the name's changed to Saarlouis, or Saarlouis, which is a French name, and named after a French leader. And it's right here. So here is France, and Germany. Here's the border. You got Luxembourg, Belgium, Luxembourg. And you have Saarland, which is all this general region. You can probably see, maybe hard to tell, but there's a little river right here. Saarlautern and Nalbach are both right along this river. Nalbach's just a little bit north of Saarlautern, which is now Saarlouis. You don't actually see them here on this map. They're right in this tiny little area right here. There's not a lot said about this mission. So what he had written about it was, because of the lousy job that we did in bombing the last target, we were put in the doghouse for a while and assigned to merely leading the low squadron. Since we didn't carry a command pilot, the co-pilot, that would be my grandfather, Richard Dick Jacobson, the co-pilot had a chance to actually fly a plane again while I flew the tail. The waist gunner was a fellow from the Nissen Hut named Wendell Kennedy, who had become a spare gunner when his crew became a PFF crew. Remember, the PFF was usually one of the lead planes, and they were the ones using a radar device, the PFF, to hit targets when you're above cloud cover. He went to sleep in the waist and missed an oxygen check, thus giving Zerbel a bad case of jitters. We had to change planes before taking off because a fire started in our number one engine, and the crew chief was afraid to let it be used on a mission. We hopped into another plane and took off without much loss of time. Griffith was still in the hospital due to his leg. And that's all there really is to it. He doesn't really even talk about the bombing mission. He doesn't discuss the target, which was kind of his typical. So we don't really know what they hit, how well the effects were. What I can assume, though, from this mission is prior to this, an infantry regiment had actually taken Saarlautern and from the Germans. So we're now looking at infantry units in this general region, and that was on Christmas Day, I believe, maybe the day after Christmas. And so now we're looking at infantry units starting to make the push into Germany. And so we've taken France. We've been doing bombing missions to help support that in Germany up to this point. Now we're seeing that push making our way in as we're marching as far as we can towards the center of Germany. All right, the next mission, which will be among the last three for my grandfather, won't be until the 13th.